Our final company is KaleidoFlex. It's Ron. Am I saying that right still? Hey, Ron. Hey, Ron. Please welcome Ron from KaleidoFlex. Please. The clicker should be on the podium.
Great. Well, it's great to be here. Very exciting. I'd like to thank the organizers for organizing this fantastic event. I'd like to thank the Canadian government for their support in getting us here and getting us to the point that we are. My partners on the team, you see, this is half of the company in front of you. The other half is in Vancouver. And I'd like to thank, from a distance, my family that has been supporting me over the past year and a half, which has been quite a ride. So I'll tell you a little bit more about KaleidoFlex, about what we do, and I'd like to leave more time for questions to answer anything that could be of interest to you. So we're in the business of enabling color on electronic paper displays. So I'm sure you all know the Amazon Kindle, the Sony Reader, great electronic paper devices, sunlight readable, very low on power consumption. Eventually will be made on plastic and will replace printed paper, but they have one big limitation. They're only in black and white. And this is where we fit in. So, you know, as long as you read textbooks, black and white is fine. But once you want to read a magazine, once you want to read a newspaper, people are used to reading in color, they're used to see color, and that's what they expect. And this is what we enable. And actually what Gil holds in his hands are two samples that we've already made. This is actually a working Kindle display. This is what you have. Anyone that has a 6-inch Kindle, that's exactly what you have inside. The only difference is, you see this is the only spot here that is black and white. The rest already has the KaleidoFlex color on it. And eventually where this is going, this is still made of glass, but eventually this will all be in plastic. So you'll be able to hold a piece of plastic. You'll have all the advantages of a digital media, downloading content from the internet and from a cellular connection, but with the paper readability and in full color. So our solution, as I mentioned before, is based on laser imaging. We started developing this as a team in Kodak. We actually built a machine that you see here. And we've demonstrated to customers that this actually works. There was an opportunity for us at the end of 2008 to leave Kodak, start our own company. We're still working closely with Kodak. They provide the license to some of the things that we need. They're also providing consumables because in this process there is a machine. There are also consumables, and this is what they're providing. So with their backing, we can make this happen. Our business model is to provide a complete solution. So our customers are the companies that make black and white readers today, and what we say to them is, look, you'll buy a simple system from us, you'll buy the consumables that we'll provide to you, this will seamlessly integrate into your system, and it will convert it from black and white to color with a very, very simple addition. In terms of traction, we're working with the market leaders. E-Ink, anyone who knows anything about e-readers and the supply chain, they're currently holding 80% of the market. They supply almost every display that you see in a Kindle, in a Sony reader. We're working closely with them. We have a JDA with them. These samples we did together with them, and we're already talking about building a prototype system that will enable them to do small-scale manufacturing in a few months. We're also working with other companies, so there are other companies that are entering this market, Cypix, Bridgestone. By the way, Cypix is just half an hour from here. It's an American company that was recently acquired by AUO, a Taiwanese company. Both these companies are developing black and white electronic ink, and they need us in order to make it in color and do it on plastic. In terms of competition, there is no direct competition. Our competitors are companies that developed solutions for LCDs based on glass, using processes that work for glass. They don't work on plastic. And our process was developed from the get-go to work on plastic. It was developed for a totally different application in printing. We found a way to apply it to this market, and we're just avoiding all the issues that they have because it was designed in a completely different way. Our team is all ex-Kodak people. We've been there, we've done that. We developed similar solutions for the LCD market. We know exactly what it takes to develop, build these machines, market them, commercialize the technology. We've done it before, and we know that we can do it again for the electronic paper market. This is our forecast for cash generation. So you see three components of the business. The equipment, which is the dominant part for the first years. On top of that, consumables and services. And obviously, as the installed base picks up, consumables and services become more dominant. I'll skip the exit strategies and I'll go right to the summary because I'd like to leave time for questions. So we offer a unique investment opportunity, proven proprietary technology, providing a solution to an urgent need in a fast-growing market, very experienced management team that's been there and done that, and very strong momentum through commitment from early customers. And what we're here to do is raise some seed money which will enable us to expand our product development and market development towards purchase orders of the first systems. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So one question I have is you said no competition, but I saw, I think this morning or yesterday, the Barnes & Noble announced the color one is accepting the order starting today. Sounds like there is some products. How do you feel?
Okay, excellent question. The Barnes & Noble Color Nook is actually based on an LCD. And the big difference between LCD and e-paper is in three things. One, you can't read it with sunlight. You have very poor readability in sunlight. Two, it's made of glass, will always be made of glass. Three, power consumption. Battery lasts for hours. If you talk about e-paper, you can read it in the sun. It's sunlight readable. It's like paper. It will be made on plastic. And the battery lasts for weeks. Those are the three differences. So it's going to be two different market segments.
Just a question on your products. Do you sell equipment, and what are the consumables that you're talking about?
Okay, so we are planning to sell equipment. Whether or not we'll build it in Canada or do it in Asia, where the market is a question that we still need to answer. But we will design the equipment. The equipment is pretty much standard components. So the proprietary part is a laser head, which is very unique, and we're getting exclusively from Kodak. And the software that KaleidoFlex developed and runs this basic machine to deliver the quality. The consumables, I actually have samples, but I didn't bring them up here. It's basically sheets of plastic coated with color material. So to make a full color display, you need three types, red, green, and blue. And the laser transfers the material, the color material, from these plastic sheets to the substrate, to the display. Now, Kodak has a facility that makes these consumables for printing applications, and they make millions of square meters a year. It's well established. It's commercially available. What we did is we worked with them to design a special set of colors which are ideally suited and specifically designed for the e-paper market, and they're going to sell that exclusively to us and through us to our customers.
Hi, Eran. You explained the technology some, but I was just still curious about how does the technology really work. Can you give me more details? Like, it seems like you're printing RGB onto plastic, and then the illumination of that, as well as all the hues that you get out of it. Can you go into a little more detail of how the plastic with the inks are created, and what makes it work?
So the way that it works, basically, we don't make any changes in the black and white display. We still have the underlying black and white electronic ink. The black and white already has gray levels, and by adding the filter, the red, green, and blue, you actually turn each pixel, rather than being black or white, you turn it to black or a certain color, red, green, and blue. The different combinations of the colors is what gives you the full spectrum. This is how every color display works in LCD TV. Every display basically works on the same principle. The big advantage that we have is that we can print these colors directly on the plastic. We don't need to do it on any intermediate layer.
Any final questions? I don't see any hands, so thank you so much.
Thank you.